Y'all.
Yes, girl.
We have just seen Czechia's first rehearsal here at Eurovision 2023, and we have to talk about it. Are you ready? Let's do this. Y'all, the female empowerment was real. They weren't just polishing each other's crowns. They were dipping it low. They were bending their backs. They were popping. They were doing all of this. This feels much more contemporary and modern than it has previously. And it's a weird one because they're wearing very simple pinkish kind of pantsuits. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Flamingo.
Yeah.
Flamingo
This
pink.
pink, actually, the same one.
Very flowy, very simple, and yet it feels so now. I think it's the attitude. They're unleashing the divas within. My issue the whole time, or rather in the Czech national final, was that it felt a little guarded and safe, and they've loosened up throughout the pre-party season, and now they are real loose. They are slipping all over the place. I think that these outfits are quite sweet. And what's curious is in the photographs, which you can see on our Twitter, the contrast or the saturation is high. So the tassels actually looked like blood. And we were like, what is going on? It had this, I mean, I didn't say this, one of our female bloggers said it had a minstrel quality.
Yeah.
And now though, when you see the video, it doesn't have that. So just be careful when looking at the photos versus the videos. Long story short, this is strong.
Yes.
I really, really feel they've upped their chances. And it's not down to staging necessarily, because there's not much on the stage. It's down to their spirit, their joy, their thrust, their aggression, which I think this needs to really slay, and they're doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that same caution. The photos don't really do this much justice, and I'm really glad we got to see the video when we did, because I think that is probably a slightly better representation of what we're going to be seeing. I absolutely love the graphics, the "We Are Not Your Dolls." Love that. It's given like Mahmoud, Soldi, and it's really impactful, I think, to see those words on the screen. And I love the movement too. They seem to be working the angles really well, and you know, it's a group of them and they're making the most of that, and kind of everyone's got their own angle, and I think that'll really help the girls shine as individuals as well, which I really like. And yeah, I'm feeling very positive about this.
Yes. You know, I feel like they feel confident so much because they are not alone, of course. They're like best friends on the stage. And I really love that part when they have like braids, you know, on the back, and they're like hitting the floor like, you are having problems with our sister, let me kill you with my braids, something like that. You know, I absolutely love this. It's such a powerful staging. They actually have a staging, you know, there are some kind of arms, and then like "We Are Not Your Dolls," as if they are playing with them, and the choreography is very good. I don't really understand that part with the like a robot thing. Are they talking about the dolls like being
being controlled?
Yeah, okay. And vocally, oh my gosh, you cannot touch them. Like, you cannot touch them.
So we're gonna swap out. Before you go, just tell me, will this make the final?
Absolutely, of course it will.
Is it second semifinal?
First semifinal.
First semifinal. They should.
But will they?
I think they will. I'm not sure about the top positions, but I feel like they will be something like 6, 7, something like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, we had a lot of enthusiasm about this one, so we're going to sub out. We're going to bring in Lucy and Jonathan. Dusha Zlato, Golden Souls. Welcome to the couch. Welcome to the sofa. Let's start with Jonathan. What did you think?
So I think there's been a lot of expectation throughout the season that they would come with a very similar sort of staging to their music video, where they're all in those individual characters, and it was very bright, very colourful. And I think people need to maybe just sort of put that behind them. Don't have that as expectations. Just take what they've brought to the actual staging as what it is. And when you do that, I actually quite like this. I think the way that they are using their bodies and the sort of contemporary elements in there are really nice. My favourite bit of the TikTok is that bit where they're playing as dolls and you've got the words above them and just the way they look like the marionette dolls themselves. I think there's really interesting ways they can play with this, with the camera angles as well. So I'm impressed.
It was unbelievable. Look at that hair.
I just thought it was great. I mean, it's funny you mentioned the music video, because you know the bit in the music video where they have the purple poles around their neck, they're like suffocated. That dolls thing, every single woman I know has either been in a relationship with someone or had a friend, like a friend that treats them like that, where they're like suffocating or they're controlling. And I think they've almost taken that suffocation thing and put it into being a doll, because women so often, I'll try contain feminist rant, but so often we are made to feel like we are dolls and we're performing almost in like to what is expected of us. And I think that is just so extremely powerful, and it's just so beautiful to see it. Like I was really touched by that, actually. I mean, at the pre-parties they were doing the kind of like doll things, and I don't think people liked it that much. It makes so much more sense in context, and with the hand kind of on the graphic, it's stunning. It's visually stunning, and it just gets, even if you don't know what's happening in the song, like I don't speak Ukrainian in the chorus.
A little
Was
bit,
it?
and then
Yeah, Bulgarian. I don't speak up. Sorry, sin hands there like that. So I don't speak a word of any of those languages, but I know what's going on. You know, I fully understand what's going on. This staging could not be better to explain what's happening. I think, like Katie was saying, kind of with the words on there as well, you've got the messages being shown to you, whether you are a visual interpreter, a written interpreter, whatever it is, however you understand something, there is an option for it. And I think it's just stunning. And something I was saying earlier when we saw the pictures initially, having almost like pink suits, it's got that feminine colour but the less feminine shape potentially, but it's got like feminine details on it. It's really playing between those things, like the power play of the suit, which is like the stereotypical kind of idea of it, but then in this really gorgeous blush pink colour. It's really incredible. I love it. I love the staging.
I feel like we need to clip out what you just said and put this on Instagram. That was so powerful, was it not? Thank you for that interpretation. That was beautiful. Final question for you both. Is this going to the final? And if so, how high can it climb?
Definitely going to the final. I think probably might squeeze into like 11th to 13th.
Okay.
I agree almost bang on. I think it is going to the final. I think it's going to be in the lower end of the top 10, like 9th or 10th kind of area, because there are so many big contenders. But people do love a song with a message at Eurovision, and this really carries possibly one of the heaviest messages. And yeah, I think people are going to really relate to it, and I think it's going to be really special.
There are always a lot of songs about female empowerment, female emancipation, freedom, but I think this one comes through the most clearly for me. You see 6 powerful women working together, slaying, polishing the crowns. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's what you've just said. I just feel so moved by this suddenly. And I can't wait to see if Europe is. This is definitely qualifying. There is no doubt about that. And I do believe this can make the top 10, maybe the lower end of the top 10, 7 to 10, depending on how great the staging is, because we've only seen this 15 to 30 second TikTok clip. But this has already teased my palate, and I'm ready for the full course, if you know what I'm saying. All right. That's what we think. What do you think? Is Czechia going to the final? How will it do once it's there? Are you loving the staging? What tweaks and suggestions do you have? Because we know everybody's an expert on the YouTube, okay? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Make sure to like, comment down below, and hit subscribe.
And follow us on all socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz, and even Devon's favourite, Pinterest.
We'll see you later.
Bye.